You ever met someone so charming, visionary, so perfect, you'd let them ruin your life? Yeah, that's Griffith, or as I like to call him, anime's most elegant war criminal.
Say his name and he appears.
Today we're talking about Berserk's biggest betrayal, the pretty boy with a god complex, and how someone like Griffith can make people follow him, even to their doom. But here's the twist, it's not just anime, this happens in real life, over and over again. So why do we keep falling for people like this? People who say, trust me, while they're casually opening a portal to help.
Hello, motherfucker.
Let's figure it out by dissecting the villain who makes you say, wait, was he wrong though? Spoiler, yes, he was.
We interrupt this program to bring you...
Me. Listen here, you little sucker. I've been editing for months. Researching for months. And all I ask is, please give me a sub. All I have is 483 subs. In all seriousness, I've been editing this for months, and if you could just leave a sub and a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Griffith walks into Berserk like he's the final boss of a shampoo commercial. White armor, flowing silver hair, voice smooth enough to make Guts question his entire personality, and quite possibly his sexuality. He's handsome, a leader, and a visionary, the type of guy who doesn't just have a dream and never does anything with it. He builds an army and wins wars just to make it real. And he does it all with his calm, stoic vibe, like if Fabio and Machiavelli had a child and gave him a sword. And the Band of the Hawk, they're just tools he is willing to use for his own ambition. And when they sign up for it, they're not just joining a military regime, they are joining a cult. Some might even say a cult of personality. Griffin doesn't want a dream, he wants his dream. And everyone else, they're just an NPC in his destiny. Now, up until this point, Griffith is basically anime Jesus with a sword. He's winning battles, charming nobles, giving cryptic messages about fate, life is good. And then, like every great narcissist with a god complex, he flies a little bit too close to the sun. Griffith gets caught trying to speedrun royalty by sleeping with the princess. The balls on this guy, Jesus Christ. The king, as you can imagine, didn't enjoy that. Mostly because he apparently had dibs. Which, yeah, if you've been following, that is his daughter. Medieval family values, folks. So naturally, Griffith gets tossed in the dungeon. And by the time the Band of the Hawk saves him, he's no longer the silver-haired god of war. He's a skeleton with trauma, shredded vocal cords, and a magical egg that I'm sure has no relevance to the story whatsoever. Then comes the eclipse. Not a Twilight sequel, more like the anime equivalent of being invited to dinner. And your ass is what's on the menu. Griffith is given a choice. Stay powerless, stay forgotten, or sacrifice every person who ever trusted him. And Griffith, he doesn't flinch. He's not torn, but conflicted. They weren't comrades. They were stepping stones, placed neatly on his path to godhood. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Griffith's a fictional demon prince with abs. Surely he only exists in manga panels, and we are safe here in the real world. Well, you'd be wrong. Griffith is everywhere in real life, and he's also a poster child of what happens when style outruns substance. Now, take someone like Tim Jones, for example. In the 1970s, he built what looked like a progressive, diverse, faith-based community called the People's Temple. He preached racial equality, social justice, communal living. Basically a utopia. But behind that smile and sunglasses was a manipulator. He moved his followers to Guyana, isolated them, and slowly turned their devotion into control. And in one fateful day in 1978, over 900 of his followers died in a mass unaliving. Most of them after drinking cyanide-laced flavor aid. All because they believed his dream. Sound familiar? Even today we see this archetype everywhere. The tech moguls, the gurus, the self-help personalities. People who promise to lead you to paradise, as long as you don't ask too many questions. These people all share something with Griffith. It's not the sword that makes them dangerous, it's the smile. So why do we follow people like Griffith? Why do we follow a guy who treats loyalty like a gym membership, like it's something to cancel at any moment that he wants? The answer? Because we're not rational creatures, we're emotional ones. Griffith offers something more than protection and power. He offers meaning. He tells his followers, you matter, you're a part of something bigger, you have a role in my dream. And when someone offers you a purpose, especially in the world of Berserk, where everything feels pointless, that's intoxicating. But here's the problem, Griffith's dream only has room for 1 star. Everyone else, there's just extras and props used for it. And still people stick around, because when a dream is beautiful enough, we ignore the nightmare it's built upon. And finally, what can we learn from Griffith? Besides, don't trust men with perfect cheekbones and the god complex. It's this. Charisma isn't a proof of character. A dream isn't always worth the cost. And just because someone sounds like a savior, doesn't mean they won't set you on fire for the finale. Look, we all want a purpose in life. We all want to believe in something bigger. But the next time somebody offers you a dream, check the fine print. Ask what role they cast you in and whether they plan to stick you around for the ending credits. Because if you're not careful, you might just end up in someone else's eclipse.